Manish Sisodia has been aptly and promptly appearing for those summons and, cooperating with the agencies. Do you believe that the court is going to look at this merit of the case, that the fact that Manish Sisodia is a senior leader within the AAP government, he is a Delhi Deputy Chief Minister, he has been promptly appearing for all the summons that were issued to him, therefore a custody is not needed, he can be interrogated while being let off. Do you believe that the court right now will really grant Manish Sisodia any relief?
Well, what the court will decide to do, Nabila, is something that we'll have to wait and watch and see. But as of now, we're getting live updates from the courtroom from my colleague Kanu Sharda, who's informed us that Manish Sisodia has reached the courtroom. However, CBI Judge M.K. Nagpal, before who he's going to be produced, is not reached court yet. We'll be getting our viewers live updates from the courtroom. As far as considering the merits are concerned, when judicial custody is sought in a particular case, what the court will consider is whether or not he's required for any...
Manish Sisodia coming in right inside the Rouse Avenue court. He's been brought in with much commotion. A lot of them who've huddled up right outside the Rouse Avenue court to get one glimpse of the Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, who's currently in the CBI custody. They're producing him before court, and it appears likely that Manish Sisodia the CBI will ask for 15 days judicial custody. They no more want his custody, they want him to stay in judicial custody. What will be the arguments to ensure that outcome? That we'll know in just a few moments from now as the court hearing would begin. But that's Manish Sisodia for you. Coming inside court, all smiles. Shrishti Ojha right outside court. Shrishti, do we see any kind of commotion? Inside, we see a lot of commotion while Sisodia is being brought in, and a big smile on Manish Sisodia's face.
Well, yes, Nabila, Manish Sisodia has now been introduced before the court, before CBI Judge M.K. Nagpal, and as you see, there was massive police deployment outside the courtroom, massive security, because just to ensure that nothing untoward happens and things go down as smoothly as possible. This is the third time, as we know, that Manish Sisodia is being produced before this court. He was earlier produced on 27th February, which was the first time after his arrest that he was produced before the court, and CBI was granted 5 days judicial custody. After that, on Saturday, CBI had further sought for 3-day custody. However, the court had decided to grant 2 days custody and also asked CBI, after Mr. Sisodia had claimed mental harassment. He had addressed the court directly and said that he's being asked the same questions for hours, 8 to 10 hours a day, and which is akin to mental harassment. Like, he had said that there's no third degree, but being harassed with the same questions all day would be akin to mental harassment. After that, the judge had asked CBI to not ask him the same questions again and again, and like to put questions to him that they maybe have not asked till now, and also directed CBI to conduct his medical examination every 24 hours.
You have the same CBI claiming in court that Manish Sisodia is not responding to the key questions. Of course, they quite naturally will be posing the same questions until they get satisfactory answers. That's what the CBI says, that Manish Sisodia has been uncooperative on their hand.
Yes, that has definitely been CBI's main line of arguments till now through all the 2 hearings that we have seen, even before the Supreme Court for that matter, where CBI is arguing that he has not been cooperating. His response, he has been evasive during his responses. His responses have not been very satisfactory. The main response to this from Sisodia's legal team has also been very simple, where they've said that they've claimed right against self-incrimination. That has been the major line of argument as far on behalf of Manish Sisodia, where his lawyers have told the court time and again that he cannot be forced to confess. When CBI says that they're not getting satisfactory answers, what they're trying to say, according to Sisodia's lawyers, is that he's not answering, he's not giving the answers that they want to hear. However, that's not a ground for arrest or for grant of custody. Only because a person is not giving you the answer that you want to hear does not mean that you will keep him in custody or keep questioning him with the same questions again and again. However, what's important here is, Nabila, that the first order that the court here, the Rouse Avenue court, had passed, granting his 5-day custody to CBI, The court had addressed this particular contention, and the court had said that yes, while there is a right against self-incrimination where you can't force a person to confess or give a statement against themselves, during an investigation, the need of a fair investigation is also that legitimate answers are given. So the court had said that even if you're not self-incriminating, there has to be some sort of legitimate answers to the question that the investigating agencies are putting to you, because otherwise, if legitimate answers do not come from the person involved, then a fair investigation will not be possible. So this is the line of arguments from Sisodia's lawyers, that there's no point of the investigating agency keeping him in custody and asking the same questions again and again. Because what are they exactly waiting for him to confess? And if he doesn't confess, does that mean that they'll just keep asking for an extension of custody? Not today, as we know.
We've heard what Manish Sisodia's lawyers have argued in court while asking for bail, saying that he's not someone who can go absconding. He's the Deputy Chief Minister. He's promptly appeared to all the summons that were issued to him. He's been largely cooperative. Now, if the CBI officials are asking him questions and are pushing him to admit a crime that he hasn't committed, that does not call for his remand. Now, how far can they harass him, asking him the same questions? This is precisely the argument that's been placed by Manish Sisodia's counsel in court. And while they were pushing for bail, it appears that the bail was rejected. They moved to the Supreme Court asking for bail. Supreme Court refused to intervene in the matter, asking them to go back to the High Court. So it seems like it's not been an easy ride for Manish Sisodia, and it appears that this could really be a case where he'll be in for the long haul.
Well, it definitely seems like a case where he will be in this for quite some time now, because as far as, like you said about the bail petition, the grounds that they have raised, the grounds that have been raised on behalf of Sisodia have been made according to the triple test that a court goes through while deciding a bail plea. The court doesn't go into the merits of the case as such. The court is to see the triple test. The court has to see if there's a possibility of the person evading arrest. There's a possibility of him influencing the witnesses. So the grounds in a way have been put forth by court and by Sisodia's legal team. He's also argued in his bail plea that the case is politically motivated. Secondly, no evidence has been found against him as such in this particular case. All the files in the particular case, all files relating to the excise policy had gone through other ministers, had gone through the LG himself. And not just that, he's also cooperated in the investigation till now. So there's no question of him evading arrest or influencing witnesses, because he's a public servant. He was a former deputy CM. So the possibility of him influencing witnesses or evading arrest in this case becomes really less. Also, what Sisodia has argued is all evidence in this particular case is already with the CBI, because all evidence is in form of documentary evidence or electronic evidence. So that makes it difficult for him to maybe hamper with the evidence in any
so that's
way
been the argument of Manish Sisodia, but on the contrary, the CBI has been maintaining that they haven't got satisfactory answers from him. He's been evading all the key questions, and therefore they need him to stay in custody. But today, while he's in court now, we believe CBI is going to push for judicial custody of Manish Sisodia for the next 15 days. Will that be granted? India Today on top of the story.